Warren Buffett. He's undeniably the most famous investor in the world. And also, he's the person that influenced the name of my investing brand and therefore the name of this channel. But before diving into the quote itself, my favorite Warren Buffett quote, let me linger for some time at the start of this video about what it is that typically brings us success in life. What is it that we are taught from a young age? Whether it's mastering a musical instrument, achieving success in academic examinations, or perhaps even losing weight. We're taught that it's effort that will allow us to obtain great reward. Yes, we're taught that intense activity will help us to achieve success. However, investing, on the other hand, is different. For within the domain of investing, it's generally the case that inactivity will outperform activity. This is my favorite quote from Warren Buffett. Lethargy bordering on sloth remains a cornerstone of our investment style. Fidelity Investments, an investment management company with trillions in assets under management, performed a study to determine which of their accounts had done the best. They were trying to determine the traits or attributes of their investors that led to the best performance. The study's conclusions were fascinating, especially for sloth investors. Fidelity found that the investor accounts that were completely forgotten about by their account holders ended up the best performance. Confused by this? Well, there's no need to be. The owners of these investment accounts didn't tinker with them. They simply didn't trade in, and they didn't trade out of them. They simply let them be. They forgot they existed, so they didn't make any changes in their portfolios. Hopefully, now you can begin to understand why the slow-moving, relatively inactive sloth is the best animal to characterize successful investing. When it comes to investing, inactivity tends to outperform activity. Investing like a sloth enables you to get on with other leisure pursuits, whether this be reading, or perhaps playing sport, or mastering that musical instrument after many, many years of practice. This is what Ben Carlson, author of the fantastic investing book, A Wealth of Common Sense, has to say about inactivity. If you're keen to read more, you'll find a link to the Sloth Investor's summary of this book in the description to this video. A patient, disciplined, long-term strategy isn't easy because most of the time it requires you, the investor, to basically sit on your hands and do nothing. This may sound easy, but for many, doing something, anything, is much easier because it gives you the feeling of control. In most areas of our lives, trying harder is great advice, but trying harder does not mean doing better in the financial markets. In fact, trying harder is probably one of the easiest ways to achieve below average performance. In episode 15 of the Sloth Investor podcast, my co-host Jay and I discuss why Warren Buffett is worthy of inclusion in the Sloth Investor Hall of Fame. You'll find a link for this video in the description below. If you enjoyed this bite-sized video, then you may want to check out my bite-sized Bogle and bite-sized Housel playlists. You'll find the links for both of these playlists in the description to this video. To keep up to date with the latest content from the Sloth Investor, whether this be my book reviews, my podcast, or other video content, please remember to subscribe to this channel.